What's up, guys? WinterKills here, and welcome back to another discussion video. So many of you may or may not know, I just recently found out through Facebook and the several, well, I shouldn't say several, 2 Yu-Gi-Oh groups I'm in. Somebody posted a link and found out the ban list has been released and will be effective on April 11th, which is this coming Monday. And they made quite a few changes. They've ended up keeping, I should say, most of the changes made from the adjusted list, and it's nice now to finally have a solid new ban list. So we'll go ahead and get into the changes made. So obviously we can see here Form Age Damage Juggler is still banned, as well as Plush Fire. I think those are all justifiable. Ptolemaeus is still banned. I definitely think that is also justifiable. Chicken Game, we see here that Chicken Game is now banned. I think this is a great move. Chicken Game sets up a lot of degenerate combos, and it was especially futile for the whole Monarch FTK Magical Explosion. At least as far as I'm concerned, this card was causing a lot of problems with that, and I'm glad now it's finally gone. Hopefully for a long time. Wavering Eyes, I'm really happy to see that. That card is straight up cancer. It's just overall not healthy for the game to have a card like that, especially at 3. I think they did a good job there. Luster Pendulum, the Draco Slayer, is at 1, much like we saw before, as well as Monkey Board and Skullcrobat Joker remaining at 1. And something new here, Wisdom Eye Magician, now being put to 1. I think this card might have went to 1 in the OCG, or it might have been banned, one or the other. I'm not really entirely sure, but I know this card did get hit in the OCG as well. Now we see that translating over here, because this card with Magispectors is really, really good. Elder Entity Norden to 1. If you haven't seen my previous ban list prediction video, I guess, discussion video, where I talked about some cards that I think would get hit, or, you know, just kind of pull a whole pool of cards together to kind of talk about and their regards to whether or not they might get hit to the ban list and stuff like that. Elder Entity Norden was one of those cards. Not saying that I called it, but, you know, I didn't really call anything. I wasn't really making predictions, but Norden is at 1 now. As far as I'm concerned, I think that's actually a good move. I think Norden sets up a lot of really good plays, and especially will be, if they would have left it at 3, I think would have definitely been a problem down the line had they not hit it, because I'm pretty sure with the power creep that's coming our way, the card would have been that much better as time has gone on. As for water players, don't fret too much. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I don't think it'll cause that much of a problem. I know a lot of people already that just play 1 Nord in the main deck. I play 2 personally, and I have till Monday to enjoy that. But I think 1 is fine, and it clears up space in the extra deck as well, so that's always cool. Now we see Thousand Eyes Restrict, another card that I mentioned in that video, going to 1, and was forbidden, as we all know. Basically, Thousand Eyes Restrict is a instant fusion target's level 1. I believe it takes a monster your opponent controls, and it gains attack equal to the monster it takes. And also, it can't be destroyed by battle. If it were to be destroyed by battle, I think it destroys the monster that it took instead. Yeah, it's a great card. I think it's definitely a good card by any means of the thought. I think it's definitely a great card. It was hit for a reason, obviously, banned for a reason. Its effect on the game, I can't really say too much about that. I guess we'll just have to see. Obviously, Instant Fusion hasn't been touched. Instant Fusion is still at 3. So we'll just have to see. The effect that it can take something, it can only not be destroyed by battle when it has a monster. But, I mean, it's just another card. You kind of have to be like, oh, this card, okay, well, I'll do this to get rid of it. And it's not, I don't think it's a game winner. Like, I don't think it can steal games. I mean, you could argue that you top deck the Instant Fusion, you kind of top deck a Snatch Steal in a sense. I don't know. I'll leave you guys to discuss that if you want to. That's what I have to say about it. Ignister, Prominence, Blasting Draco Slayer down to 1. That is going to hurt the deck in a whole lot, as well as Draco Face-Off down here being hit to 1. That's definitely going to be a big punch to the face for the deck. Definitely going to hurt. Reasoning at 1 now, so I think that's basically an indirect hit to Cosmo. It kind of sucks for Infernoid players. They definitely didn't hit this card because of Infernoids. They hit it because of Cosmo and how they can abuse it, which I really like playing Infernoids. I got rid of the deck recently though, so I'm not too upset about that, but I can see if you were a Infernoid player still in this time, how that might upset you, and I think it's kind of a little bit of a BS thing there. You know, like, oh, well, Cosmo is abusing it, why should it hurt my deck if I'm not playing Cosmo? But it is what it is. I'd definitely like to see that card down to 1 for the purpose of Cosmo. Upstart Goblin is now at 1. It's not the first time I think Upstart's been at 1. Consistency, I think, is one of the most underlooked thing in this game that allows for turn after turn, you know, insane, 5 monster boards that we've seen with Draco Slayers, Ignister, Dinister, and then Magister creating huge fields. And I think just the consistency to be able to open that with Upstart Goblin and Chicken Game, I guess it'll help putting that to 1. I personally play Upstart in Mermails. I'll probably still play 1. I mean, another way I guess you could look at it is some decks shouldn't have access to a 37 card deck. So that's how I put it. I definitely think it's an alright hit. It's a weird hit, kind of like the last thing I was expecting them to hit Upstart Goblin. That's kind of like them hitting MST or something. I don't know, like if I could compare it to that, like hitting a card like, oh wait, they hit that? Like, why would they hit that? Like I said, it's probably just for slowing decks down that are really powerful after the list. Debris Dragon to 2, not bad. Lure of Darkness to 2, slightly giving those D2Ds a push, maybe, I don't know. E-Telly has been hit as expected. To what it was going to get hit to is a mystery, but it is now down to 2. It'll slow down Cosmo a little bit, and then we have our no longer on the list. We have Dark Magician of Chaos. It has been errated. It's not that great of a card anymore. It's still pretty hard to get out. It's a level 8. I mean, you could argue you have Pendulum Mechanic in the game now. But I think the errata has something to do with you can only use one of its effects, and then you can't use any other effects for the duel. I don't know what the errata is. If somebody knows what it is and you want to, please do me a favor and post it in the comments. I'm pretty sure you would only be helping out me, but as well as everybody else who wants to know what the errata is. So thank you if you've done that. Tragodia no longer on the list. Advanced Shard no longer on the list. Crush Card Virus no longer on the list. Not really too many things to worry about there. All kind of cards that won't really matter in the end. But yeah, I think it's a decent list. I think they took care of some issues they needed to regarding Draco Pals, but someone's gonna say they didn't hit Monarchs, they didn't hit BA. It's BS. I think the Chicken Game is definitely an indirect hit to Monarchs. And who knows, maybe Power Creep in the next few sets will just completely take care of Monarchs. We've seen that before with Power Creep destroying decks, not the ban list. I think that's another way to get rid of certain decks that Konami doesn't want around. They'll just make a card that's really good to counteract it, and will completely win in the matchup. Like that new Cosmic Cyclone card that came out. Pay 1,000 life points to banish a spell or trap card your opponent controls. That's really good for hitting the Prime Monarch. We'll banish that completely. I think if it's treated as a trap, I'm not entirely sure though. Like, that may not be the best example for counteracting Monarchs, but pretty sure you get what I'm trying to say about Power Creep in the near future. BA. A lot of people got upset for me saying that BA was going to hit. I really don't understand it. They've hit decks that have been too powerful for too long before, and that's kind of what BA is doing now. I guess we'll just have to see if it becomes a problem. I think it will. They still have 3 Dante. They still have 3 Skarm. They have 2 Allure of Darkness now. They have the new Phantom Knight stuff, obviously. That really helps. So we'll just have to wait and see. So I hope you guys enjoyed this ban list discussion video. The ban list is here. will be in fact on the 11th. Let me just highlight that like a normal person. Highlighted. It will be effective on April 11th, 2016, which is this coming Monday. So I'll probably get some updated lists up for you guys, which is nice because I've been kind of running out of duels to post. So I'll get some new content up for you guys soon as regarding Yu-Gi-Oh! Not anything else that I post. So if you guys enjoyed, if you did, leave a like, leave your comments, like I said earlier, down in the comment section below on your thoughts on this the ban list and anything else. And if you're new here, do yourself a favor and subscribe. The support is greatly appreciated. I cannot stress that enough. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Winterkill is signing out. We'll see you in the next one.